All right. We are live and we are back. We're going to be giving you 30 pieces of content in 30 days. And I promise you this, it's not just the 5 things you should look out for when buying new construction. No, these are things that a lot of our clients have either ran into in the past or people just simply didn't know about. So we're going to be giving you some real live scenarios in hopes that this could help you all out. And in favor, if you could hit the like button for us, that would help out tremendously. But today we're going to be talking about the things that you should avoid when buying new construction, aka the things that you should look out for. A lot of common mistakes that people make. All right, so rolling right into it, number 1 is going to be buying based on the model home. Just walking through the model home, loving the floor plan, loving the layouts, loving the builder, and saying, which lot could I buy? The reason you don't want to do that, and if you watch a lot of our videos, is you'll notice that a lot of the model homes are fully done up, and they'll do a lot of accent walls and different types of flooring and extensions and all sorts of things that you might not be able to see. So what I would say for number 1 is if you really like the community, if you're into the builder, if you're considering making a purchase with that builder, simply ask them, do they have this floor plan in the community already completed or close to being completed? And a lot of times they're going to say no. There's going to be a few of them that are, probably a month or 2 out. Go walk them because they're going to look nothing like the model. I promise you that. So I pulled up 3 examples that I'm going to show you of a model home and then what we call a spec, a home that's ready to go. And you'll see the difference between the two. The layout is going to be exactly the same, but you'll see how when you see the model home, you're probably going to be like, man, this is an awesome home. I'm ready to move forward. And then you see the spec and then you start to think a little differently, like, okay, cool. Maybe I want to explore more options. Or, maybe you're thinking, where could I put some of my furniture? All right. So let's take a look at that. Cool. All right. So this is what a model home would look like. I want you to look at a few things here. You got the pendant lights hanging over the top. Same countertops here, but obviously you have all of the furniture. You have the 42-inch cabinets with the crown molding up top. And this is the same exact floor plan right here. This is the same exact floor plan. And so you can see it. You have to visualize it slightly different. All right, I'm going to show you that again. Look at this. Here's a model home. You're going to really like this one. Okay, and watch the kitchen. Beautiful, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you what a spec would look like. A home that if you were to go look at this model and possibly purchase this model, this is what a spec would look like. Look at this. Different, right? I mean, still good. I mean, this is real, and that's the main thing that I want you guys to take away from this. We want you to see what you're really going to buy. So rule number 1, do not just make a purchase based on walking through the model home. Walk through a home that's already completed in the neighborhood. If you're with us, obviously that's something that we're going to make sure that you do. And when you're walking through this home here, what are you doing? Are you looking at the layout? No, you can already do those things in the model home. I'm looking at the finishes. I'm looking at the carpentry work, right? How are the baseboards lined up? Where are they cutting corners? What does their finished product look like? Because the model home is going to be their best product, okay? Promise you that. All right. Number two, passing on the opportunity to conduct an outside inspection, beating a dead horse with this one. We talk about this a lot on our videos, but we have had clients in the past that have said no to the outside inspection because it costs you about $400 to $700, okay? My recommendation is take it. Reason why, some of the things that we've seen come back, we've had a builder before have to take off an entire roof and put it on properly. Yeah, so I think it's important to get that outside inspection done. Plumbing issues, I've obviously brought up roofing issues, anything that could probably intrude water where it's stucco that's cracking already or flashing on the roof that is not on properly. Some of my clients might be watching this. Hit the like button if you are somebody that we've gone through these inspection issues with. The truth of the matter is these homes are not going to be perfect, right? And when you do your new home orientation or your walkthrough, there is no way you're going to be able to climb in the attic and look at the trusses or check out the plumbing in the wall and all of the things that an outside inspector is going to do for you. Now, with that being said, another thing to avoid is scheduling your outside inspection as early as possible. Now, that doesn't mean your outside inspection is going to be done as early as possible, but the builder has zero incentive to tell you, hey, Mr. Buyer, did you know this? You could conduct an outside inspection and you should do it right now. They're not going to tell you that. They have no incentive for you to bring somebody in and pick apart their home. So they're going to try to blow that over as much as possible, and they're going to hype up the new home orientation, right? So instead of saying, hey, did you want to conduct the outside inspection? They're going to say, hey, you got your new home orientation coming up. It's going to be great. You can walk through and you can see if there's any paint issues, okay? So when you go into the contract, go ahead and start getting that stuff scheduled ASAP. And another thing is these builders are going to give there's a lot of hoops that a lot of these inspectors have to jump through in order to be able to do an inspection, okay? Licensing, permitting, liability, all of those things, okay? So passing on the home inspection window, that is a number 2. Do not do that, okay? If you're in here, hit the like button for me if you could. All right. This is a big one here. Number 3 is going to be signing forms or acknowledging that you've seen the builder's marketing if you want representation, right? And I would say it's good to have representation. I have never charged a client at all. The builder has always paid us, okay? So meaning our buyers have been represented by us and didn't pay us a single dime. With that being said, if you want representation, be very careful on what you sign. When you walk into these model homes, if you're on your own and they say, hey, what's your name and what's your email if you want to walk this model, be very careful with that, because a lot of these builders, the moment you put that down, they're going to say, hey, you did not bring an agent with you, or you didn't state you had an agent on here. A great example of that is this. This is how sneaky it could get here. Okay, so I had a husband and a wife that was purchasing a property in Lakeland, Florida. We were looking for homes with them, and they got mailed this great ad in the mail, and it was like a flyer, right? And it was a really, really good deal. But either way, they saw the flyer and they're like, hey, look, let's go check this community out this weekend. So we went over there, we checked the community out, we went under contract, and when you go under contract, they give you this question form that you start to fill out. I'm sitting next to them when they're filling out this question form out, and one of the questions was, how did you hear about us? And they checked mailer, something like that. We go all the way to closing just for them to say, hey, we're not going to be able to compensate you because they checked mailer. They saw our marketing, and so we feel like we put marketing dollars into this, and you didn't bring them into us. So be very, very, which, it is what it is. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, but be very careful. Even if I'm online, like giving my information to the builder online, be careful. Now, if you want to do that, by all means, go for it. Remember, a builder's job is to sell their product, okay? Builder's job is to sell their product. All right. Number 4 is a huge one when you're under contract with a builder or when you're negotiating something with them is when they verbalize things to you. You always want to get things in writing, and you may say to yourself, well, no, duh. There's a lot of times where we've maxed out everything that we can max out, and we're starting to negotiate things like appliances, blinds, epoxy floors for our clients. We've even done where before the drywall was put in, we've negotiated outlets going in different areas and such. And these builders or the reps, they're moving a million miles an hour. And a lot of times they'll say, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, we'll throw that in. We'll do it. And we've ran into instances where they haven't done it, right? And so having to always press them on, put that in writing. If you can't fit it in the contract, send us the email, right? And I don't expect you, the buyer, to be pressing them about that. You should be enjoying the process. That is our job to do so, right? So for instance, this past weekend, we helped a beautiful family go under contract, and we negotiated the blinds, the garage door opener, the appliances. There was a bunch of stuff that we negotiated, and they were like, okay, cool. Yeah, we will do that. And I'm like, put it in writing. I want to see it. There's been plenty of times where luckily one time we went to a pre-drywall inspection, and the construction manager, we were doing this, like I had a buyer from like New York or whatnot, and the construction manager was like, okay, cool, we're going to go ahead and just drop a Cat 6 for you so that she can get internet in this room over here. And on video, I'm like, video calling, and I'm recording on one, and I'm video calling my client on the other, and I'm like, hey, which wall do you want this Cat 6 on? So we pointed the wall out. We didn't get it in writing, but I had it on video, luckily, right? So we go all the way to the final walk, and they're like, well, we didn't say that. It's not in writing. And I pull up the video for them. Now, I'm not going to be able to do videos for you guys on everything, but get every damn thing in writing, because these people are going to say yes, no, and they're going to be moving a million miles an hour or so. All right. And then lastly, you want to make sure that you're buying for the future, right? Don't just buy because you like the current home that you see. Think about the things like your family growing, right? Think about what are your future plans with the home? Are you going to have to sell the home one day, or are you going to have to rent the home out one day? And these are things that slip a lot of people's minds. They're in such a race to just get something, whether it's the price point, whether it's the location, or the amenities or anything like that, right? I want you to think about this. Most people will end up selling their home 5, 7, 10 years from now. And if you're in one of these master plan communities that we're helping a lot of families in, and there's 4 different types of models. And so you have model A, and there's 100 model A's in there, and 20 of them are for sale. It's going to be very, 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 very tough to sell, right? So having something, and I want to show you an example of this. Same exact home here. Well, same exact floor plan, I should say. Same community, okay? This one right here was $3,000 less. This was $3,000 less. Okay, you see this right here? This was $3,000 more. Now, in the future, who's going to have an easier time selling? Check this out. Corner lot, pond right here, no rear neighbors, no side neighbors, and for $3,000 less, which you won't really see much on the price here. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Why you guys aren't telling me in the live, man? What's wrong with you guys? Here we go. Okay. All right, same floor plan here. Thank you, everybody. Nobody's in the comments or telling me what's going on here. Okay, same floor plan. This home right here sold for they purchased this home. These homes aren't for sale here, but same floor plan. So $3,000 less to buy this home, and it cost $3,000 more to buy this home. Same floor plan, different elevations here. In the future, when you go to sell, and let's just call this floor plan A, if there's 20 floor plan A's for sale in the future, which one do you think is going to have more leverage? This one, which there's probably going to be 19 other ones like this, or the one that you just simply can't duplicate, right? And I want you to think about these things. This only cost you $3,000 more. Maybe it's something that could cost you the same price, depending on who your agent is and who's helping you out. But these are things that you want to think about for the future. How are you going to leverage the sale of your home? Are you going to have one of 20, or are you going to have one of one? And those things to me are extremely important. So if you're in here, hit the like button. We're going to be bringing you videos like this. We're going to be bringing you more, obviously, home tours, which you guys, and community tours, which you see all of the time. But I just think it's extremely important to make sure that you have somebody or a team on your side that is very experienced with these things. It's so important in today's market, because I think it's becoming very easy to buy a home. It's very easy to walk into a model home and buy a home, right? Because they're going to say, hey, 4.99% interest rate, you can't beat it, boom. Versus going in there and making sure you're not getting screwed over, okay? Even if you really want that particular home there, just making sure somebody's going to squeeze everything that they can for you and go through the entire process all the way through closing to make sure that you're taken care of. With that being said, that is that for today. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Make sure you're subscribed. Jump in the comment section. Let us know what you think about these videos and what other videos you would like us to do. But until next time, peace.